Alright, what's up guys? So, Lanza has uploaded a video titled The Disastrous Downfall of Nadia, Call of Duty's Biggest Cheater. Yeah, I follow Nadia. I did keep up with, her and stuff, and, she's doing more so, just, not just chatting, but it's just like she ain't playing video games and stuff like how when we all found out about her and things. And from what I paid attention to, yeah, it just, I think she's, either, because I will say for myself, like, I know I got bored of, video games at times. I'd be having to, like, go through some old games that I got and see how they play. But, yeah, if you play just Call of Duty, yeah, and then it's like you get tired of it after a while, then, yeah, I think, it gets to a point in time where it's like, okay, well, what other things? And I don't know, like, not trying to bring like the just like female content creators. I'm not saying all female content creators are the same, but like when you look outside of like the female content creating community, when it comes like with gaming, and you look at what other things they be getting into, yeah, hot tubs, and cause she does like, I just based off of what I seen, it's not like OnlyFans, but it's like a website kind of like it and things. Cause I remember I heard some point in time, there's like OnlyFans be taking money from their creators and stuff. So she goes on like one of those other, websites and then does whatever she does on there. I'm like, it's something where I'm like, you won't catch me spending no freaking, not even if it's a cent. And I'm like, guys, I'm like, my thing is this, I'm like, what could you possibly be doing on there to where, and it ain't no disrespect to Nadia, but I'm like, what could you possibly be doing on there where it's like, you're charging the same price as if I was going to the movie theaters to go see the Avengers. I'm like, fam, you best believe I'm gonna be going to go see Robert Downey Jr., Tom Holland, and everybody else says in that movie and things versus what a content creator. And it's like, yeah, it's no disrespect. I hope she's doing well with it, but you just won't catch me invested into it. But no, let's go ahead and get into this video. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Lonzo for more videos like this. And then that being said,
it's been a year since my first video on Nadia and a couple months since my second, with both bringing a lot of attention to just how far she was willing to cheat her way to the top of the Call of Duty community, even going as far to dox 2 people who dared speak bad about her on stream. Around this time, she also decided to start shifting her career into a new scope, and one that will lead down a path of desperation to get as much attention to herself as she possibly could.
Yeah, because it's like, the thing is this, I have to say about what female creators, they know that there's like weird guys out there where it's like, you could be that female creator that wear hoodies, no makeup, okay? Like, if there's that guy out there that looks at you and remotely finds you attractive, fam, you could, it just takes that one time for you to post a beach photo, that man is losing his mind, okay? So yeah, I'm pretty sure she knew that there were some guys where it's like she posted some stuff, and yeah, she's seeing the comments, guys in there, saying some reckless stuff, and then that's when she was probably all like, well, hey, or if not that, then she probably just seen like, okay, well, Call of Duty is going down the drain, what else could I do? And then that's how she ended up here.
Shout out to the Patreon members as always, and if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so yourself by checking out the link below or in the corner. Now let's get right back into the story of Nadia and see what's gone down since my last video. Nadia would immediately start to dip her toes into IRL content soon after being a confirmed doxer, as on January 9th, 2023, she would participate in a wrestling match with another streamer to get some heat off her back. Remember that time when Activision flew her out to what seemed to be the middle of nowhere? Well, it turns out that was for an event with their sponsor GMC to promote their brand new car, as on January 23rd, she'd make a tweet about her experience with the car surrounded by a bunch of other popular streamers alongside a small commercial showing it off for everybody to see. On February 22nd, she would do her first ever IRL stream hanging out at Topgolf, and on February 6th, she would hit the coveted 1 million follower mark on Twitch, joining the club of a very small amount of people that have gotten to that point in their careers. On February 15th, she was finally able to upload the full video of the GMC sponsorship she was at, with that like to dislike ratio getting spicier with every passing day. The video itself is nothing special and is just a bunch of popular streamers hanging around the new car while they promote all the features and such. And when seeing someone who clearly cheated their way to that position, you can't help but feel some type of way when watching. On February 17th, Call of Shame will upload a video going over Nadia and her experience on the Twitch rival streamer Wolf 4 where she played Fortnite against a slew of other random streamers. Before showing the event, he would actually play a clip of her admitting to stealing a Samsung exclusive Fortnite skin, so you already get an idea on how this is about to go down.
Thanks to this new footage, we now know Nadia is a thief, as well as a cheater. She informs her chat how she stole a Fortnite skin.
I remember running into Target and using one of their trial Android phones and sitting there for like 2 hours.
No, that is called stealing, and completely against the terms of service, set out in the Epic Games promotions and gifting section of the licensing agreement. It's just another example of dishonest behavior, and Epic Games were quick to address this.
She would do terribly at the event, missing a lot of her shots whenever she was getting into firefights with people, and overall showing everybody that she's not very good whenever she isn't cheating. It gets weird though, as she would try to install Warzone in between rounds, and the refs had to intervene to see what was going on.
God, I don't think they've done it on Warzone. Please.
Why would you be? Is it a Fortnite event?
They did not.
The referee saw she was up to no good, and called for assistance.
Oh my God. Never mind, we can't play it. We can't play it. It's 40 gigabytes, chat. It's over. It's over, bro. It's over. At least I tried.
As a second referee arrived, they firmly spoke to her, and told her to stay in the game.
Yeah, it's like...
Oh, oops. I accidentally lagged out.
The referee stepped in, and told her to never, ever exit from the game during the tournament.
Yeah, it's
They
like...
manually took control of her PC. Could this be an attempt to download and inject cheat software? At one point I thought she was forcefully removed from the event. However, she returned some time later and got ready for the second round.
The next day on the 18th,
That's
Nadia would say
crazy.
that she's having mental health struggles and that's why she hasn't been able to focus on content recently, which showed to everyone that she was either lying to garner sympathy or all the justified hate was starting to get to her. On February 20th, she would be nominated by the Streamer Awards for Best Battle Royale Streamer despite being a known cheater and doxer, and things would go quiet a bit for the next 2 weeks. That silence would be broken when she participated in a podcast episode on March 9th by Brooke of the 100 Thieves Gaming Organization, which is surely something to behold, alright. They would talk between each other about how she started streaming because she was bored and gave it a shot, and then get into the cheating accusations against her. Brooke would ask about why she started posting clips to bait people into watching her, and this is what Nadia had to say.
So I was like, you know what? There's 2 routes you can go. You can defend yourself like crazy, or you can just tag along with it, which is always the best thing to do with like any hate. Just tagging along with it.
Yeah,
because
you know, the thing is this, like, I've dealt with drama, I've dealt with hate, and I guess I would be more so going into the opposite direction, like, defend yourself, but I made the mistake of, like, sitting down and defending myself too much. All I just need to do is just do one video, and that was it. But it's like, when you're going with it, then people are going to be like, oh, well, I can say anything about this girl, and she's just going to go with it. So they could go out and say, oh, well, she's, you know, even though she's not, because, yeah, she be posted up with her girlfriend and stuff. But let's say if there was like, oh, Nadia is homophobic, and then you start like going with that, and then if it's like, let's say if she didn't have a girlfriend, people were running with that rumor and stuff, then it's like, fam, I'm saying there's just things that you just don't run with, because I'm like, there's people when it comes to content creating and just the entertainment business, there is people out there that's trying to destroy you, destroy your career and everything that you got going on. So it's stuff like that that's just gonna lead you into a world of destruction, going with everything a hater says. I'm like, nah.
if you give it power, then they win in a sense, right?
Absolutely.
If you defend yourself, they win.
She then says that she used to pretend she didn't know how things happened in game in order to bait people, citing the Jake Lucky interview as evidence of that.
And I don't know, or if I saw a video of me and people were like, how this happened, I would give a very vague response on purpose. Like, I did a Jake Lucky interview and people were asking me how this clip happened. I know how the clip happened.
Yeah, of
but
course.
I was like, it must have been lag. Like, I made sure that
I love
looked
it.
as sus as possible.
I love it.
I don't believe that. I don't think nobody purposely, not in this day and age, because I just feel like people can just easily lose their career and everything that they got going on, where it's like you just giving out vague answers and stuff because you just rolling with it and things. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that. I don't believe they like with everything, because I'm like, okay, because people are gonna see this video, then they're gonna put it to the test, and then they're gonna be saying some crazy things about you, and then you're gonna have to like actually come out and defend yourself, because there's gonna be some things where it's like, okay, it's gonna be too much for your career to handle. Where if somebody comes out and they say the wrong but right thing to get like, you know, some drama stirred up, yeah, that's gonna be on some stuff where it's like you are gonna have to like sit down and defend yourself. So that's why I'm like, I'm not hearing no like, oh, like we just got to play the naive game and be like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Yeah, no, I ain't hearing that. So.
That.
Now, despite it being obvious she was cheating in a few of those clips in the interview, trying to hide it behind the guise of baiting people was very easy to see through.
Yeah.
And also, despite this being toward the beginning of the podcast, the rest of the episode is nothing of importance and mainly just general chatting about random stuff like her living in LA and traveling around and such. The next day on the 10th, Call of Shame would drop a video showing off a multitude of supposed cheaters using a wall hack overlay on the gameplay, and he would play some clips of Nadia that seemed very suspicious, like her saying there are multiple people despite not seeing them and feigning shock when finding somebody hiding, and another of her seemingly tracking someone through the wall when falling down.
What floor you landed on?
Top. Multiple?
That's crazy. Bro, the fact that people cheat that much in the game, I'm like, fam, play a game where you don't have to cheat. Or just take the L. I just don't play Warzone. So that's why I'm like, you won't catch me doing no cheating stuff, because I just don't play the game.
Where? Oh my god! Dude was in the bathroom.
That's
Going on the stairs
crazy.
right now. One more. Two more.
Well, I'm dead.
She would continue
It's
to
like,
fulfill
if
her
you still take an L and you're playing with cheats, I'm like, fam, do you know how I cheat in the game? This is how I cheat in the game. I'm gonna give you guys some good answer, like a good, way of cheating in the video game. Well, more so with single player games. With multiplayer games, you're just gonna have to take the L. But with a single player game, I play it on easy. I play that game on easy, and I just get easy W's when it's like, so like, for an example, the game that I'm playing right now, I'm playing Gran Turismo 7. I put that game on the easiest difficulty, make sure that my car is a much more higher rank than all the other cars, and then I just win races left and right. Fam, that's how but other than that, like, people are all like, oh, but this form of cheating? No, my thing is this. I'll say that I'm somewhat decent at Fortnite. Like, I can, get some, I haven't gotten a W in that game probably in like a year or two and stuff. But no, I could go and lead the game with some kills and things. But the thing is this. I'm like, when it comes to like just cheating and all that stuff, I see no need for it. Why? Because if I'm trash at a game, fam, I'm not afraid to admit that I'm trash at the game. In fact, I encourage people. It's like, fam, if you're trash at the game, I'm like, okay, welcome to the trash club. We all trash at this game. But I just couldn't bring myself up. Like, that last form of cheating that I did was like Grand Theft Auto, that type of cheating. But I remember, no, the funny thing was, it's like, what stopped me from even using them cheats was that I think it was with Red Dead, the first Red Dead Redemption. They was like, if you use cheats for this game, you won't get achievements. That's after that. Never use cheat codes again. So that was I'd use cheat codes, but it's just stuff like this. Hopefully though, that's what I am hoping for, where it's like, and that's like one of the reasons why because I'm like, it concerns me when you be hearing people and they be hacking the game, and then it's like, okay, well, I don't want them to mess my game up. So that's why I really don't be playing online games, some online games like that. But no, I really do hope like Activision and all these different companies, like, they start cracking down on these like cheating bot things, whatever it is. And no, they just have it. Well, they probably doing it to an extent, but I just hope that they go like furthermore, like they do that right thing that just bans all of it. Because there's gonna probably be a lot of streamers that we're all watching playing these games, and they probably they make sure that they don't get caught up in no cheats or anything. But overall, there's gonna probably be a lot of people that just overall abandon the game because they can't cheat no more.
See sponsorship requirements by using it in Warzone when it dropped. But things that get shaky as on April 4th, it would come out that the Ricochet anti-cheat used in Warzone 2 was now able to detect Cronus and other cheating software now. She would crack jokes about this on Twitter for very obvious reasons, such as saying she bought a new Xbox controller the next day and that she got a new warning message when she just started to use it in the game. Nadia would drop a video on her YouTube channel on April 6th saying that she moved out of the FaZe house while not elaborating as to why, so it's safe to speculate that something might have gone down behind the scenes as she wasn't even there for a full year.
First and foremost, I think that everyone knows this, but I moved out of the FaZe house / Nuke Squad house. I already know there's gonna be a bunch of questions, and there has been a bunch of questions of why I moved out of the FaZe house. To start it off, I just wanna say that I moved out for a few reasons, but I don't really feel like comfortable talking about it yet. I don't really feel like sharing why I moved out of the Face House, but if I ever feel like talking about it, I will, but I will not be answering any questions regarding that.
More sponsor fulfillments will commence on Twitter. But then just 6 days after the Ricochet anti-cheat update, Nadia would start to say that she was going to quit Warzone 2 all of a sudden, saying that it's because the game just isn't catching her attention the way it normally does.
I recently went back to Caldera because I was getting a little bit tired of Warzone 2. I don't know, I feel like the game obviously is not in the best state right now, and honestly, I do miss the movement, I do miss slide canceling, I do miss b-hopping.
It's needless to say that the timing of this Warzone 2 break was more than
It's like, I mean, I don't know. I get it, like, because I know there's games where I'll play a lot of it and stuff. Like, for an example, Destiny, The Division. What are some other games I played a lot of? Grand Theft Auto 5 at one point in time. And it's like, yeah, it's like, I know for me, I truly do get bored of the game. That I'm like, okay, well, let me go play something else. Because even it was like, that's why I started playing Gran Turismo 7. Because, yeah, I just got bored of, like, other games. And I just got bored of, like, sitting around trying to look for, like, going through Steam and then going through Xbox and then going through PlayStation. And then I got all these other games. I ain't bought, like, hundreds of games. And so, yeah, now I'm, like, trying to... No, that's actually what I do have planned next year is that I want to get me an Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 2. Start building up, like, a retro game collection. Doing some streams where I'm playing old games. Because I'm like, yeah, man, it's just the old games. Bro, I'm telling you, PlayStation 2... That was peak gaming, and so that's what I am gonna try to work on come next year. But anyways,
it's just especially when a lot of other streamers started to say the same exact thing. But she would continue to perpetuate this narrative on Twitter to try and convince people that it's truly because she's just bored of it and not trying to avoid anything at all. Her very next upload just 2 days later would be Warzone 2 gameplay though, so either she was just baiting people again or decided to stop using cheats from now while playing the game. On April 25th, Nadia would start to make more stronger clickbait content with streamer Action Man and other people, basically just consisting of a Discord call calling a bunch of random internet people doing challenges or something. She would continue to work with Action Man by uploading a video then playing Smash or Pass on May 10th, and then straight up start doing hot tub streams with the man just 3 days later on May 13th. She would clickbait this again now that she was using her body to get any attention she could to herself with all the teenagers clicking on the video for obvious reasons.
Like what?
They are gonna probably mention that at some point. She did do that one. That's why I do remember where I was like, nah, bruh. It was fake. She showed how fake it was. But nah, she did like that stream where she like pooped in the hot tub or something. And I'm like, bruh, if that was if it was real, I'm like, fam, do you not? My thing is this. I'm like, I know when my stomach, when it's telling me like, bruh, you got about 5 minutes. Otherwise, it's going to be an issue wherever you're at. So if you out shopping, if you hanging out with friends or family, if just streaming, recording a video, you better pause that stuff. Because no, there have been times where my stomach said, hey, TikTok, bruh, and it's like you need to pause whatever game or wait till you get out of that online lobby, but you need to go. And I'm like, nah, fam, I got like a few more, like 5, 4, 3. I'm like, all right, bro, all right, dang. And so yeah, when that video, I was like, it had to be. I remember when that video had came out where she pooped in the hot tub, and I was like, it has to be fake, and it was. She had like a balloon of some sorts, but anyways.
We just fragged.
That's lit.
Yo, dude!
What's interesting to note is that she only started getting into this line of work after hitting the lowest numbers of her Twitch career since she blew up, showing everyone just how far she was willing to take it to get any attention to herself for that internet money and fame. Nadia will continue to stream like normal for a good minute with nothing interesting going down, even being planned to show up to the World Series of Warzone, a competition officially hosted by the Call of Duty brand. However, when the event went down on June 7th, she was noticeably replaced by someone named Juice despite being promoted to show up prior. People would speculate on why this happened, with most coming back to the fact she started to show her body on Twitch and that being a potential reason why she was silently dropped from the competition, as Activision didn't like that for their brand. Nonetheless, she would continue on with her life, but then on June 17th, she would release a video on her YouTube channel talking about her darkest secret. This would end up being some more clickbait as she doesn't talk about the obvious thing the title implies, instead talking about some random story from back when she was in high school. On June 19th, Carla Shane will upload a video talking about a leaked Discord call between a bunch of Warzone streamers. While Nadia isn't mentioned in the call, he drops more clips of her being vague about the Face House situation.
She refuses to talk about it.
What really happened with FaZe, based on what happened in the Nuke Squad House, I really don't want to talk about what really like went down. I said in my YouTube video that I don't think I will talk about it ever, and if I do, it won't be now. It'll be way later.
On June 27th, after seeing the success of her hot tub streams, Nadia would start a fan house account, which is basically OnlyFans but on another website. It would cost $10 a month to gain access to exclusive content, which was most likely very risque and borderline pornography, because that's the usual kind of content that goes on these kinds of websites. She would continue to post a handful of thirst traps on Twitter, with them bringing in a lot of newfound attention and money to herself in the process. She would also get banned and unbanned on TikTok around this time as well, but this seemed to just be a fluke and not related to her rebrand as an IRL streamer and OnlyFans chick. On July 21st, Nadia would come into contact with FouseyTube for the first time, a very well-known individual in the online entertainment sphere with a lot of controversy surrounding his name. In fact, he was recently just coming off one where he took advantage of a drunk woman at an airport and was starting to slowly spiral out of control again. And you can somewhat...
there's a video of him getting arrested, and he was like at a hotel room. I think he was scared because I think either he thought or somebody did threaten him. And bro was cutting up, and that FouseyTube, he's somebody where I'm like, hopefully, I don't know what he got going on now, but hopefully he's just on the right path of recovery and doing better in life and stuff. But anyways,
since that, with their first interaction together, as Fousey is being a bit weird but not anything out of the ordinary for him.
Nadia, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
As a woman, what radars came about when you met me?
Good energy.
They would continue to hang around together on each other's streams as their careers grew and grew, with Nadia starting to use his name to clickbait more YouTube videos of her own. She'd also switch from fan house to website passes for the NSFW content around this time period as well. Nadia and her friendship with Fousey would continue to grow throughout the next few weeks, such as having him join a lie detector test with a man famous for admitting them on multiple TV shows and YouTube channels. When it was her turn on the chair, he would ask a very peculiar question about her, and this is the answer that we got.
And the other one was, have you ever cheated in any Call of Duty game? No.
True.
Wow, so she's not a cheater.
Of course, it comes to no one's surprise that the lie detector guy is most likely full of it, as there's a video on the site breaking down his career and practices, which can basically be summed up as someone who states on his own website that the test may or may not be faked for the sake of entertainment, and he's also probably a fraudster who may or may not have built his career off very shady business practices. Now, this lie detector test will go down on August 10th, and it seemed that Fousey and Nadia were set to keep up their collaborations going as their careers grew together. However, that would change on August 14th, as Nadia would mention airing out a bunch of stuff having to do with Vegas on Twitter, and on August 17th, she would upload a video to her YouTube channel explaining this brand new beef she got into with Fousey. Nadia would explain that the issue started during the lie detector stream as she was an hour late showing up and Fousey blew up on her because of it, going on to name some other stuff having to do with their friends and them telling each other they think the world revolves around them when arguing, and then going on to leak DMs when they were arguing with each other after he was apparently talking trash about her on his stream after getting kicked out of a club before getting let back in. She would continue on how Fousey was trying to get backstage at a concert and reference that he seems to always want people to do things for him, and continued to rant on about how he's so needy and got upset at her for not being invited to another party despite her already telling him no. Fousey would then show up uninvited and get kicked out, and Nadia would then show how Fousey was trying to set her up to take the fall for not calling him about it, so she would show her phone log showing him lying to his audience as they had never had a call together during that time at all. She would then show her frustration with Fousey as he called a friend of hers and tried to negatively affect her relationship with him in a form of revenge for being kicked out, rant on some more about how he's a bad person, and end things off basically saying that he's lost.
Bruh got some stuff going on. I'm like, if it came down between like hanging out with FouseyTube or Nadia, I'm like, I think I'd rather take some Call of Duty cheating allegations than the situations where he getting involved with the cops and the police and all that stuff. I'm like, it's stuff like that where it's just, like if you guys just saw that body cam video of when he got arrested by the cops, it makes Nadia look like an angel. So that's why I was like, nah, bruh. He just got some stuff. I feel like, whatever she's saying about FouseyTube is most likely valid. But anything else, I'm like, 50-50 chance. So
Austin going down a bad path in his life.
Or he's just screaming at waiters, he's screaming at his employees and putting W's. Those people do not care about him, and I wish he could see that for 1 second that they don't care about him. They just find that entertaining.
Given that Fousey has a well-documented history for this kind of snaky and disingenuous behavior, she should have expected him to do this to her sooner or later. So it seems this was a learning lesson for her on who not to hang around, even if they're super popular and can bring easy attention and views and money her way. By this point, it was clear that Nadia was going all in on this IRL content, as it was mostly just her hanging around party locations or out with their friends. It's nothing groundbreaking or even entertaining. People only watch because of everybody around her and to see all the cool things a rich person might do in their life. She hadn't been streaming video games consistently for a while now and was instead just hanging around pools in her bikini to get those easy views from a bunch of young teenagers. And to put it bluntly, her actual...
Like, I don't know, bro. I know people probably like ask me how do I feel about that. You know, I'm more of a person where I'm kind of just closed off to myself. In a situation like this, I probably would just want to be at a hot tub by myself, just either listening to music and just kind of just thinking about life. I don't care for the crowds. I'm like that point in time in my life, it's just, you know, it was there, but I particularly don't care for it. And no, it might probably be on some stuff where it's all like, you know, people just don't want to hang out with me. But I'm like, it's like that too with me. I'm like, I just don't really be hanging out with people like that, you know. So everybody's doing their thing. I'm just really focused on my career and stuff, you know, content creating and all that. So it's one of those things where I'm like, the party life, I guess it's for some people, but eventually it just gets to a point in time where I'm like, I know with me, it's like I'm just kind of like, you know, ready to just more so focus on like having just being in a better spot. So where it's like, you know, good career, building a family and stuff, and then just and then setting a life and path, you know, whoever my kids are, you know, having it where there's a life and a path for them and things. So that's just where I'm at mentally. It's just, you know, working and stuff. So, but anyways.
Content was dying. She was just using her name and body to keep people around. There was no actual entertainment to be found anymore, no constant rage moments, and most importantly, no Call of Duty content was being made. That was the franchise that put her on the map, and she
eventually it's gonna probably be like that too with the content she's doing now. It's like it's gonna see its days because that's the most popular content that a lot of creators are doing. And eventually it's gonna see its days. She's gonna have to, you know, find something else to get into.
On from that, yet for some reason, her entitlement was still rear its head around the corner. On September 3rd, Nadia posted a tweet calling out Activision and other content creators for a double standard, saying that she wasn't invited to the Modern Warfare 3 event because she posts risque images online now and kinda just rants about it while trying to get her way. It was clear that she felt entitled to the offerings and events that Activision puts out for their content creators, yet she already left the franchise behind and was too stubborn to realize they're not going to work with someone who doesn't want to work with them. She chose to make hot tub content in her bikini and drop Call of Duty and now had to live with it. And when she had Jake Lucky, the guy who helped put her name on the map and defend her throughout her time playing the game, not on her side, you know that she dropped the ball on that front pretty hard. She would delete the tweet within a few short hours, but it became pretty clear to everyone watching that she still felt entitled to a franchise and company that she left behind for this new style of content, and she was now facing the repercussions of her actions.
But my thing is like, Activision is probably like really cool with these guys. She kind of came into the game late. Now I don't know how long these guys have been playing Call of Duty and stuff, but like if they've been playing it since like what, OG Modern Warfare, like that series, the original like 1, 2, and 3, like from like back when I was in high school, Black Ops and all that. Like if these guys built a name for themselves and always had like a good relationship with Activision since then, and then you just kind of came into the scenes like with the new generation of Call of Duty, yeah, I think if it comes down between having it where they're, you know, they still on good terms with people that like made Call of Duty into what it is today, especially with content creating, versus like those today where they kind of just living off of the success of what Call of Duty is today, yeah, I think they're gonna go with like the OG, you know, people that they're with, maybe. And then I think that's another thing where it's like if these guys like that she like had like put up and stuff in this tweet, if they're much more bigger than her too. Now if it was a situation where she had like 100 million subscribers, yeah, Activision is gonna definitely go with you because they were like, well, that's where the money is at, and they probably looking at it, it's like, okay, if it's meaning getting rid of 4 of these guys, we're all combined, they much more bigger than you. Versus, yeah, I think, you know, Activision is going to choose the obvious, you know, like, situation and stuff, so.
Nadia would continue to embarrass herself for internet attention as during another hot tub stream on September 7th, she would end up losing control of her bowels when entering a really cold pool full of ice.
All the way, stay in,
Yeah,
stay in,
it was
stay
like
in,
a
stay in,
balloon
stay in.
thing.
I got this, I got this. Let's go.
Yeah, you can see she's, like, going at something.
Oh my, bro.
This clip would make its way around Twitter and people make fun of her for it, but to no one's surprise, this would end up being a prank she set up for more attention, as she would show people a week later how she did it in a cool video posted to her Twitter account. Granted, it was already obvious, as you could clearly see her left arm at a weird angle the whole time and her friend literally staring at her waiting for it to happen, but anything for easy views and attention, I suppose. Now, a couple of months ago, it was announced that Warzone
immediately would have dipped my whole body in that shit. Like, if I would have, if like me having that prank being on me and stuff, because I'm like, it just seems like it would be real, where it's like, yeah, your body hits a different type of temperature, and you could just lose your bowel movements and stuff. Immediately would have dumped my body in like acid. Like, would have just, I'd use every cleaning like soap out there. I still would have been showering to this day if that would have been a real situation and I'm in that pool. Nah, bro.
Caldera, the first Warzone before Warzone 2 came out and it was rebranded with the Caldera name, was going to have its server shut down by Activision on September 21st. While this was a bit shocking given Warzone Caldera wasn't exactly that old yet, it made sense to allocate their resources elsewhere to save on maintenance costs and whatnot. Nadia and other Call of Duty streamers will take notice of this for obvious reasons, and so on that day they will launch up the client to get their final match in before it was gone for good. During her time playing, Nadia was having issues with their game freezing up on her, so she would quit the client and even restart her PC to see if that was the issue, and soon headed back into the game to get back with their friends.
Call of Duty, it is like, oh wow, that's crazy.
Bro.
She's just, dang, bruh, that is wild. That is wild. Dang,
Bro, I
bruh.
just got banned.
Yep, Nadia just got banned live on stream, with the chat lighting up after realizing what was happening in front of them in real time. This news has spread like wildfire in the Call of Duty scene despite her deleting the VOD from Twitch almost instantly after the stream ended, as people finally
because people, you have to understand, unless you're like, as soon as it happened, like, but the thing is this, you sat there and waited. So while you were sitting there, like, looking at stuff, people are going copy and pasting, downloading all that stuff. People is probably even recording the stream prior before they even knew that stuff was going to happen. So yeah, it's stuff like that where it's like, you can't hide from the internet. It's like the internet, once some stuff gets posted, on the internet forever.
Her getting banned for what the assumed reason of cheating was, given all the evidence we've seen this past year. Jake Lucky would talk about this on his Gamer Update channel, where he would say that it might be her trolling people given she's done these kind of stunts before. Despite most people writing off Jake as a hack who sucks up to other popular people all the time to further his career, this is something worth pointing out, as Nadia does have a habit of pulling off stunts like these. What makes me believe this might not be one this time, however, is that her reaction was way more different than when she usually gets into a shocking situation, as she was quiet for 30 whole seconds while staring at her screen, making a very concerned face that nobody has seen from her before. That's not to mention, she usually starts to brag about trolling people within a week or two after she's done so, but she's been absolutely silent on the topic publicly since it happened, which is very unlike her if she was pulling off some sort of stunt. Perhaps she's just playing the long game and waiting for more people to claim she got banned for cheating and epically own them later. But for all intents and purposes, it seems that Nadia is officially banned from Call of Duty once and for all. Nadia has had a very interesting story despite only being around for 1.5 to 2 years at this point. Well, it was pretty obvious she was cheating the very moment she started getting popular. She was able to successfully turn it into a way to keep her brand growing, no thanks to other Call of Duty streamers who were too scared to expose her to the public and instead only skirted aside or leached off her name for their own views. There's been this reoccurring notion that a lot of modern day streamers in the Call of Duty scene are also cheaters, they're just better at hiding it, and after researching all this, there's certainly some merit to those claims. That's not to mention she had heavy ties to Infinity Ward and Activision itself, hence being included in the promotion for the GMC vehicle back in January. Nadia was set for the rest of her career, to be honest. She had the protection of both other streamers and Activision themselves, yet she threw it all away once she started to fall off even a little bit on Twitch. Changing her content to focus on her body rather than gaming caused Activision to drop her pretty quickly, hence being dropped from the World Series of Warzone. While we'll probably never get an official answer.
Yeah, that's the sad reality to some creators. It's like, I think there's just people out there where it's like they don't realize their potential. Because I guarantee you, and I promise you, if a lot of these creators that do this, where it's like, they're showing off their bodies for whatever reason, I guarantee that if that's something that they want to do, then okay, do what you want to do. But if it's something where you feel like that's the only other choice that you have, no, it's trust me, it's not. My thing is this, just to even talk on myself, I have other besides this channel, I have 49 other YouTube channels I'm planning on putting in, like, you know, under, like, you know, some reconstruction, changing up some content and all that stuff. But the thing is this: when I'm down and out, I don't just stay down and out. I'm like, okay, I know how I went down and out this time around. I gotta figure out something else to do. So yeah, it was like just I guess like kind of just, you know, put out some motivation out there. It's like I know prior before I started doing reaction videos and gaming videos and all that stuff with this channel, bruh, I wasn't making no money off of this channel. And in fact, like the monetization thing, I think it was demonetized, or not demonetized, but it was just disabled for some reason. And so wasn't making no money off of this channel. What else? Was losing subscribers because I had, like, there was some videos I had up, but it had a lot of copyright claims, and so I had to take those videos down. So yeah, this channel wasn't doing anything with it. Had a gaming channel, barely was getting any views, wasn't really into like social media as much. Fast forward now, I got that gaming channel, that same gaming channel where it was like, I think the first year, where it was like after, like, you know, uploading a gang of videos. I mean, like, I was uploading like 7 to 15 videos a day on that channel, having it where I went from that to like now I'm still posting a lot of different videos on that channel. But I remember that first year it was like only 20 subscribers, and I'm like, fam, I think last month I gained that number just by posting content. And it's like I gained that number, like I think it was like doubled that number. It was like 50. I think it was like 50 subscribers, because it's not a big channel. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm not a big creator, all right? But I work and I, like, you know, treat my content as if I am a big creator, where it's like, okay, I gotta maintain the spot and keep growing. So yeah, I just think that, you know, creators, they have to understand that, where it's like you have the potential of doing stuff, you just gotta be willing to do it. But if you think by like, oh, let me show off my boobs and butt, whatever and stuff, because it's like, oh, that's what gets attention, that's what it's, fam, it's only weird guys that think they got a chance with you that's gonna be watching that content. Other than that, it's like, fam, I'm saying there's a gang of other games, and it's like, if you are like wanting to do like and if you still want to play video games and all that, fam, there's so many different video games you can play. Play something different. Because that's the thing. That's what people forget, is that with Fortnite, it wasn't like everybody was playing bro. I remember when Fortnite, when they very first, before Battle Royale, when it was that zombie mode and stuff, I played it just to see what it was about, and I actually had liked it, and I was playing it for a little bit. That's just how it is. I play the games that don't nobody really be playing. It don't be popular and all that. You could probably look at the Gran Turismo 7 page on Twitch right now and see how many viewers that game got. Probably ain't gonna have a whole lot, because people don't really be playing that game. Like, they ain't got like the love and support like Fortnite and Call of Duty and Apex and Valorant and all that. I play what I like, and I'm like, if my thing is this: if you got people that genuinely support you and they genuinely support what you got going on, it should never matter what game you got play, because you think, oh, it's gonna gain views and attention and all that. Yeah, and it's like, I think there's been times where I played. No, it was on I was live streaming on TikTok. I played Fortnite, and I had like over 100 people in my stream. The thing is this: yesterday when I streamed on TikTok, I streamed Gran Turismo 7. Why? Because that's a game that I like. I do what I like doing because it makes me comfortable as a content creator. I don't do what everybody else, because I'm like, if that was the case, yeah, you'll see where I have an OnlyFans account and I'm doing all this over-the-top content stuff that I'm like, bro, and it's not needed. It is not needed. I'm like, that's why I feel like what ends a content creator's career faster than anything else. Me, I feel like if there is any reason why I stopped doing content creating, because I feel like I've done everything, burnt out, or I passed on. But other than that, I'm not going to leave, because it's like, oh, well, this didn't work. So now it's like, yeah, I just think that that's people that just give up on stuff too easily. So it's like, if you're willing to do what it takes to be a content creator, and a content creator that you love and support for you, not what everybody else loves and support, what you love and support for yourself. And that's what self-love is all about. But it's like, you got that love for yourself and a love for a content creator. I'm saying, fam, what could possibly go wrong if you do what you want to do? So I'm saying, it's like, people, you gotta control your narrative and what you want to do when it comes to content creating, not what everybody else is doing.
For that, it's safe to assume it had to do with her getting into hot tub streaming, as she started doing that just a month before getting replaced. Doubling down on that with the OnlyFans stuff and IRL content, while definitely getting her channel back to what it once was before the fall off, only made Activision more content with their decision, and it comes to the surprise of knowing that only a couple weeks after trying to frame them for a false double standard did she finally get banned off the series. Nadia has moved on from Call of Duty, and Call of Duty has moved on from Nadia. And it's safe to assume that she will continue this thirst trap-esque content, as it has shown to bring her the same amount of attention when she still played the game, and arguably could even surpass the numbers she used to get when gaming in general. While it's still frustrating to see that she cheated her way to the top, it's nice to finally take solace in the fact that people were right about her from the very beginning. The story of Nadia and her Call of Duty career seem to be officially over now, so one can only wait and see what the next chapter of her life consists of. And from what we've seen so far, it's not looking to be the most impressive.
That's one thing about, another thing I had to say about content creating is that I know that's like one thing where it's just, you can just kind of see it in people's faces where it's like, they're not enjoying what they're doing, you know. And I don't know, maybe I'm just reading Nadia wrong, but it's like her in that environment where it's like at one point in time you was in the comfort of your home, didn't have to go out, didn't have to do this, didn't have to do that. You was in the comfort of your home playing a game that you like, having fun, chilling. Now I think if you guys like see like me now, and I know people will probably be all like, oh well, I'm reading you and you seem like that you don't like what you're doing and all of that. I have to say probably the only reason why, if I remotely look like a way where I might not be enjoying, because it's like I want to be in a better situation, but I don't want to be in a situation where it's like it's better but it comes with a price. And I feel like that's what situation that she's in, where it's like she's in a better situation but it's coming with a price. It's like you gotta do this and this just to impress some people and be in that same standard or even a higher standard than what you originally was. And like looking at her and things, it's like I can just see in her face she's not enjoying this like hot tub and all that. If she is, she is. But my thing is this, like, who, like, I feel like this is what we really got to sit down and try to figure out. Who is Nadia as a person? Because I don't think she's that person where it's like she does things for attention and all that. I think she does it because she knows that it works and she knows that it's going to, you know, gain, like, make her some money or whatever when it does come to content creating. But at the end of the day, but it's like you guys sit down and think about who is she as a person. Now, let's just come up with something random. Let's say she's a book reader, right? And she wants to do that form of content, you know, or she wants to do that as a form of content where she's reading books to, you know, random people and stuff, but she know people ain't gonna be into that. So she's like, oh, well, maybe if I wear a bikini while I'm reading the book, or maybe no, you dress how you want to dress, look how you want to look, you read that book. I guarantee and I promise you, having it where you have that one person watching that video versus a million people watching you and they're watching you for the wrong reasons, and you got that one person that's watching you and they're watching you for the right reasons, I guarantee and I promise you that's a much more better feeling than having it where there's people watching you and they're not supporting you, they're just supporting like what you're doing. So it's like, so for an example, I go on TikTok and I stream Fortnite. Instead of streaming games that I like, instead of streaming the game that I like right now, Gran Turismo 7, I go on there and I'm just streaming Fortnite day and night, day and night, day and night, putting hours upon hours into the game. And then, I'm gaining followers, doing all this other stuff. But the thing is this, though. Am I enjoying it? Because if I'm not enjoying it, fam, I guarantee and I promise you ain't going to see me doing that. If I'm enjoying it, then you'll see where it's like I'm happy, you'd see a whole different side of me and things. But yeah, it's like my thing is this. I love having it where I could be streaming and then I got my friends and people that genuinely support me as a person, not supporting what I'm doing. They support me as a person. They're not there to try to backseat in my stream or do this and talk about. No, we're just there talking as if we're a group of friends sitting by a campfire, chilling, relaxing. That's what type of vibe that I'm trying to be on. But I'm not trying to be on the vibe where I'm there to impress people. Nah, that shouldn't be what content creating is and stuff. So I wish her the best in life and everybody else that got something going on for themselves with content creating. But yeah, I just think that, you know, people got to sit down and reevaluate what they want to be as a content creator. But anyways, make sure y'all go subscribe to Lanza for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.